Welcome to another episode of the Twilight Zone After Hours. I am Steve.
And I'm Kelly. So today, it's just the two of us. As you can see, we've got 2 episodes to review. Because these 2 episodes would not qualify as top shelf episodes.
I like that.
What we decided to do is start off the show by making a top shelf drink, which, as all of you know, we imbibe in on a regular basis.
Typically, we have the strongest Long Islands of all time, which he has made. But before we get into the meat of the show, he is going to show us how to make, no joking around, come closer to me.
Oh, man, that
The
feels so
best
good.
Paloma I've ever had in my entire life.
So, here's what we're going to do, folks. These are the ingredients laid out in front of you. I'm going to quickly, do we want to make these?
Yeah, let's make them right now.
Let's do them. So, put a couple glasses, put a substantial amount of ice in each.
Substantial amount of
I love ice. The heart and soul of a Paloma is tequila. Normally I would use Blanco. I like to use all clear alcohols for these beverages, so when I spill, it doesn't show up. But anyway.
For somehow we've been using Southbound for the past 4 episodes, so let's do this. You pour away.
So, I'm not even going to measure this because good bartenders don't even measure. Well, they do because they're getting paid. So, normally it would be 1.5 ounces. So, I'm going to say this is about, what do you think? 1.5 ounces? That look good?
I have no idea.
Okay. Now, a Paloma is grapefruit as the primary ingredient. A splash of grapefruit juice. Now, you need to add a little bit of sweetness to this thing. Simple syrup. All of you know at home that you can make your own simple syrup. 50-50 sugar and water. Bring it to a boiling point and it stays clear. This is the good old store-bought. You want it to be
just a
sweet.
good squeeze of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a good squeeze. And one of the secret ingredients that I found from multiple bars is you always use a grapefruit spritzer or seltzer because you want that little bit of
Bubbly
bubbliness
lightness, yeah.
and tanginess. So we're going to add, and this is again is some grapefruit seltzer. As you can see, we've already filled the glasses up. There you go. You add a lime wedge, and these are custom Steve homegrown yellow limes because the sun turns the green lime yellow.
Because I'm such a good gardener.
You are.
There we go.
Add a little bit of lime juice. And folks, 2 excellent beverages to watch 2 very interesting non-top shelf episodes. Cheers.
We'll see you upstairs in the studio to review Cavender Is Coming and I Sing the Body Electric.
Let's do this.
I don't know what I just did.
You're traveling through another dimension.
All right, I think
A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of Twilight Zone reviews. A journey into a wondrous land of intoxication where a father, son, and guest drink and retell episodes of the Twilight Zone.
There is a 5th dimension.
Stay tuned because your next stop is the Twilight Zone After Hours.
The Twilight Zone.
And we're back in the studio with our Palomas.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So good. So good. It's the spritziness part that I like the most.
The grapefruit flavor is awesome. But the seltzer kicker makes it go down so smooth.
It also helps when you drink before drinking these things like what we did.
It does.
So,
It really does.
here's what we're going to do today. This is going to be a unique episode for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're going to be covering 2 episodes which are interesting. I'm going to try to rein that in. We are doing I Sing the Body Electric and Cavender Is Coming. The reason that we're only doing 2 is because the next episode is going to be the season 3 finale, and we're going to be retelling Changing of the Guard with actor from Bloodline's Final Destination, Alex Ahura. He's going to be joining us in that one.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
So we're going to clean these 2 up as much as we possibly can. But what we're going to be doing is instead of doing a 3-minute shot clock with one person doing it, we're going to be doing a tag team where every 30 seconds we're going to be telling the same story and we're going to switch it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going to have a 30-second clock here and I'm going to tag in him and then I'm going to jump in and then you're going to jump in and we're going to do our best to retell these goofy, un-Twilight Zone feeling episodes together.
And let's not spoil it too much.
I'm just going to say
But you're right.
They don't feel like anything else in this series. And like I said,
PG-rated your intro, and
I
I
have.
appreciate that.
Okay,
Because
so-
it could go really off the rails, but you're going to have to wait and see
absolutely.
based on what our analysis is.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this off. Same short show format. Here we go. Sing the Body Electric, Season 3, Episode 35. Aired on May 18th, 1962. Okay. Written by Ray Bradbury. So already we're looking at some A-list people here. Directed by William F. Claxton, who's directed multiple episodes, and James Sheldon, who also has. You want to send it over my way? Oh, I'm in the guest seat today. They make a fairly convincing pitch here. It doesn't seem possible, though, to find a woman who must be 10 times better than Mother in order to seem half as good, except, of course, in the Twilight Zone. My wife's least favorite episode of the Twilight Zone altogether. You ready to do this? Who's going to start this one?
Go ahead and start the first, and then 30 seconds, I'll kick in, and we'll just go back and forth until we finish this baby.
All right, you want me to start this one off?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, I'll start this one off. I have to remember how this one started off first.
You know what? I'll start it.
You start it off.
Tell me when to do it.
Okay, ready? And let's start our 3-minute shot clock on the board. 3 minutes now. Let's see, here we go. 30 seconds, and begin, sir.
Opening shot is of a suburban 2-story home. This home has been shown in many previous episodes, including one just prior to this one, which we talked about last week. So the show starts with a man and an elderly woman having an argument downstairs. And they're talking about the kids. And on the stairs are 3 extremely well-dressed kids. The oldest is a daughter. Let's say she's 13. The middle one is 10, and then the youngest is 8.
So these kids are now in this house with... Shit, I'm stuck. Okay, wait. So they're there, and they're with the dad, who we have seen in multiple episodes. I forget his name, but he is... He says that the police is Child Protective. Who is the group that comes over?
There isn't anyone.
It's a grandma.
The grandma wants to take the kids away from them.
The grandma wants to take the kids away from them because she doesn't like the way that they're bringing them up because the mom is dead. And the dad is super nice, and he's like, hey, kids, they want to take you away. Go.
All right. So the boy on the stairs pulls out a magazine. Just happens to have a Life magazine in his pocket. He says, hey, Dad, there's an article in here about this robot company, and it looks like they can make humans to be maids and whatever you want them to make. So he's very interested in that. Next scene, they go to this robot store.
It's like going to the Tesla store.
It is. Right. And they're in the Tesla store, and this old guy's giving him the recipe for making your own human robot.
Tag in. The kids start choosing. Do they want them to have a sweet voice, an older voice? I want to have green eyes or blue eyes or blah, blah, blah. So they're literally building their future grandmother who's going to be a caretaker. And then the one kid, it's the older daughter, and you recognize these kids. They've been in these episodes before. She's kind of a curmudgeon, and she's like, no, I don't want this one. Whatever she says, it's not my grandma. So they go from there, and they're building this robot. I'm just going to pass it to you. Go.
So the next day, the kids are out in the yard, and this middle-aged woman comes walking down the street, comes up to them, introduces herself. She is the robot grandmother. The kids are excited, at least the younger 2 are. The oldest is the daughter. She's very reticent. She doesn't want to have anything to do with this gal. She walks inside. Anyway, the woman shows that she's got special powers. She flies a kite for them when there's no wind. She whispers to them things that they're thinking. So she has a great time working with these kids. So the next scene...
Okay, so the older daughter doesn't want this lady. The 2 are loving her, and they're making it works out. But the other one is very against her being there because she's not a real person. Well, anyway, we're going to make it, dude. I'm going to do it. So they're outside, and the crabby girl is like in front of a car, and she's yelling at her, and the grandmother, oh my God, we're not going to make it. She runs in front of the street to save the daughter who's talking shit to the robot grandma, and the robot grandma comes over there and pushes her out of the way and gets hit by the truck, and we're taking shots.
All right. Do you want me to finish this thing off?
Yes, finish it. I'm so sorry. My round robin sucked.
Here the girl is laying in the middle of the street, unhurt. Then it pans to the grandma robot. She appears dead. The dad,
the grandma robot, I like
the other name. 2 kids have been running down the street, so now they're on scene. The oldest girl gets up. They're all looking at the dead grandmother robot. Her finger starts twitching. Next thing you know, she sits up. She's alive, and she says, nothing can kill me. So at that point, the oldest daughter embraces her. You mean you didn't leave me? That means you still love me. Because that's what she admits, that she hates her mom because her mom left her. Well, her mom died. There's not a lot she could do with it. So they embrace, they hug. Last scene is it's the same house. 10 years later, the kids are all going off to college, and the old woman is coming down the stairs with her suitcase. She's leaving. Her job is done. She hugs them. She sends them upstairs. End of story.
Yeah, I really botched this one. Thank you for... You're going to have to do the same thing on the next one, too, by the way, because the tag team situation is unique. Let me read the middle narration right now since the episode is done. Send it over my way. As of this moment, the wonderful electric grandmother moved into the lives of the children and father. She became integral and important. She became the essence. As of this moment, they would never see lightning. They would never hear poetry read, never listen to foreign tongues without thinking of her. Everything they would ever see, hear, taste, feel would remind them of her. She was a life. She was all life and wondrous, quick, electrical like grandma. Now, wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. There's one more closing narration. We'll do that in a second after reviews, just because there are 3. I am not a fan of this episode. My rating on this episode is a 5. What do you give it?
I gave it a 5 as well.
Oh, we're on the same page?
Yep.
We should need to do an award sound for that one. There is some interesting trivia on this one, but before we get into there, send it one more time for the final narration.
Whoa, this is going to be a good one.
I got way too animated with my narrations. Final narration. A fable? Most assuredly. But who's to say at the same distant moment there might be an assembly line producing a gentle product in the form of a grandmother whose stock in the trade of love? Whose stock is in trade of love? Fable? Sure, but who's to say? All right, as I reassemble my shot glasses that we got from the Twilight Zone mini golf. Okay. This is a mediocre episode. Its IMDb score is relatively low at a 6.3. So I don't think it's widely loved. But one of the things that's weird is people quote this episode quite frequently. Here's a little bit of trivia. Ray Bradbury submitted several scripts to Rod Serling, and this was the only one that he accepted to produce. Now, Ray Bradbury, we all know him, and he's an iconic storyteller. He's famous. I find it so weird that he submitted so many stories and this is the one that they accepted.
I think I have a reason for that.
Do you want to share?
I'll wait until I do. Okay. Yeah, I will in a second.
This is one of the few times when Rod Serling's closing narration doesn't include the phrase of the Twilight Zone.
In the Twilight Zone.
After walking distance, time enough at last, and I shot an arrow into the air. All really great episodes. This is the 4th and final episode in which Rod Serling uses a mid-episode narration. Of those 4, this is the only one that was not produced in season 1. See, that's interesting, right? And then at the end, when Rod Serling is previewing the next episode and its title, Cavender Is Coming, it is dubbed over as Serling is clearly saying something else entirely.
Next week, Cavender Is Coming.
So my take, forget all of you listening to this, and if you've followed our disjointed analysis of this
is a fresh line, by the way.
Yes, it is.
You haven't eaten this. Justin hasn't eaten this. I'm taking this one. Side note here, in case anyone wants to rewind this, I literally just took someone else's used lime. Oh, I mean, it could be.
Did you put the used ones back in there?
Yes. This is some...
If I'm reading this script is one that I would be very interested in because it sounds great. The problem to me was this is not a Twilight Zone-esque type of episode. If you were to take this out of the Twilight Zone and put it anywhere else, let's think, right now we're in the holiday season. We're approaching Christmas in 3 weeks. There you go. We're all familiar with the Hallmark series of shows. These are all love stories. These are all happy stories. They end great.
Hallmark Channel.
Hallmark Channel. This is a Hallmark Channel story. And not only is it a Hallmark Channel story because it has a great ending and there's no animosity really. The car crash is even so mild.
Right.
There's no sound of hitting bodies.
That's actually a good point. There is no sound.
There is no sound.
The car just kind of comes to a stop.
I thought I
don't think he even hit him.
No, he didn't. He didn't hit him. The very end, all I can say is this reminded me, this is Mary Poppins. This is Mary Poppins probably a few years before they made Mary Poppins. I'm going to guess that Mary Poppins is a ripoff of this episode.
Cheeky.
I have one really big question, though, for you on this one. Who wrecked the retelling in 3 minutes? It was me, right? Because I forgot it. And then you wanted to jump in and fix it so bad. You were watching my 30 seconds.
What happens is you turn your segment into a 3-minute segment without thinking, and then you realize you're only 10 seconds into the story, and you're almost halfway through the 3-minute clock. So that's our bad. We did the best we could. No, our bad.
That's how it goes. We're the ones that took the shots for it, and we're about to do it again. I'm telling you right now, this next one, I will not get correct.
I think we picked 2 great episodes, though, to test this process on.
All right, so this next episode, we're going to be using this in season 4, but let's just go through with this.
Let's do it.
Cavender Is Coming. This is controversial, so buckle up. Cavender Is Coming, season 3, episode 36, aired on May 25th, 1962. This is the part where I want you to buckle in, because it's the most hated episode in Twilight Zone history. That's literally part of the trivia. It's not even me saying it. It's part of the factuals. It was written by Rod Serling. It was his idea, and there's a lot of trivia about it. Directed by Christopher Nyby, N-Y-B-Y. Nyby? Nyby?
Yeah, Nyby.
Nyby? All right. Want to send it over for my opening narration? I'm getting a little more dramatic. You want to try it one more time? I'll be a little more subdued.
Yeah.
You subdued
There was
your
some
throat.
real thought behind that one. That one was good.
Small message of reassurance to the horizontal young lady. Don't despair, help is en route. It's coming in an odd form from a very distant place, but it's nonetheless coming. Submitted for your approval, the case of one Miss Agnes put on earth with 2 left feet, an overabundance of thumbs, and a prosperity of falling down in manholes. In a moment, she will be up to her jaw in miracles wrought by apprentice angel Harmon Cavender, intent on winning his wings. And though it's not a fact that they both should have stood in bed, they attempt these fates by moving to the cold, gray dawn of the Twilight Zone. Let's get this shot clock going. We got the clock running. Get ready for Cavender Is Coming. Here we go. Starring Carol Burnett. Starts off, Carol Burnett is in full costume, and she is auditioning for, she just got hired to be kind of a dancer and a showgirl. Not a showgirl like that, but, like a whatever. So she's a dancer. Whatever it is. In this New York style thing, and she's doing her thing, and she's happy to have the job, and her boss comes in, and Carol Burnett is a physical mastermind of throwing herself through. She throws herself through a plate glass window into the boss's office. Tag in.
Okay, so if any of you know Carol Burnett, this is a classic in the sense that this is Carol Burnett young. She played for the next 60 or 70 years this same role of a klutzy, happy-go-lucky girl. So anyway, she's having a hard time with this job. She ends up getting canned that same day. Fast forward to heaven. There's apparently the front office for the Guardian Angel Employment Agency. So there's this cigar-smoking dude talking to the head boss, and he has an assignment.
Bam! And so there's these guys, and one of them doesn't have wings. His name is Cavender, and he is an angel that is trying to get his wings. By the way, if you want to look this up, please do, and go watch this episode. The wings are little foam things. They're nothing gigantic. They're like a shirt. So he wants his wings. And they go, okay, well, you have to go and do this. There's this one hopeless soul. We need you to be her guardian angel. So he is going down to Earth, and he goes down to Earth, and he starts talking to her. The first time he meets her is in a school, in a bus. And she gets on, and she starts talking to him, and, casually they're sitting next to each other, tagging.
All right, he tells her that he's her guardian angel. She doesn't believe him. He tells her what he can do to help her. She still doesn't believe him. They banter back and forth. He tries to show her that he's magic, so he snaps his fingers, and he says, I can help you on the ride home, and he turns the bus into a carriage, a horse and buggy. She's not impressed by that, turns it back. Anyway, they end up at her house. She goes inside. She doesn't accept his offer. She goes upstairs. The kids in the apartment complex love her. They're hugging her. The neighbors are all greeting her. So she's got sort of a happy, comfortable life at that point.
I genuinely don't remember where it goes from here. Keep going.
Okay. So he's sitting in her apartment when she walks in, and he says, you know what? I can make your life better. I've got an assignment. I have to make your life better. So here's what I can do. I can make you rich. Well, I don't have a job. I don't know how to work. That's right. So I'm going to make you independently wealthy. And I'm going to buy you a mansion on the Upper East Side.
I'll continue. So he goes on, and she keeps on saying no. And then it's like this introspective, like she's talking to herself while trying to do her whole thing. I'm going to butcher the end of this. Just go for it.
You want me to take it from here?
Yeah, please just go for it.
So he snaps his fingers again, and they're in a social party in her apartment. And all these well-known people apparently are schmoozing up to her, kissing her, telling her how great she looks, and this and that, and she's hating it. And it shows lips coming and talking, this, blah, blah, blah. This is not her shtick. She hates that. At the very end, the next morning, he wakes up from a hangover. He is a drunk angel.
Go. Are we done?
No, we're not done. Just a real...
It's my fault. I hate this episode.
He wakes up, her shoes on the floor, the apartment's empty. He goes to find her. He finds her. She says, this just is not my thing. I'm not into being rich and wealthy and schmoozing with the upper class. So he does the snap the finger thing, which, by the way, in his case, this is the new way to snap your fingers. You lick your thumb, you push your palm, and then magic happens. I found that to be interesting.
I don't understand what that is, but it's an angel thing. And
so they're back in front of her apartment. He lets her go upstairs. She goes upstairs, but she's in her gown. She's still the persona of a wealthy woman. No one appreciates her. The friends that she had there that she meets in the hallway, they're asking her, what, are you slumming it? Why are you here now? So she comes back down dejected, and she goes, you know what? I'm really not into this. I want my old life back. Boom. She's in her old outfit. She goes upstairs. The kids next door to her in the apartment come and hug her. She's got a candle or a cookie for one of the kids. She says, I'll get you a cookie. Everything's happy again. She goes to the window of her apartment, looks down, and there's Cavender. And he's a little depressed, but he says, you know what? You taught me a lot that quality of life is not wealth, but it's happiness. So he says, the only thing I'm afraid of is I'm going to go up. I failed my mission. I was told to make you a happier life. I don't think I succeeded. He gets a call up to heaven, goes up there, the front office again, the dude who runs the Guardian Angel School is chewing him out a little bit until they both apparently look down, they look through the clouds, and they see how happy she is. And the guy says, you know what, I've got second thoughts. You were right. You made her happy. You made her see what the quality of life is. What she really wants is happiness and friendship. She talks about all she wants is friendship. So at the end of the day, he's given an assignment. So we're going to give you another chance to earn your wings. We're going to have you work with others based on that premise of friendship, not wealth. End of story.
But he doesn't even get his wings.
Well, who wants those wings?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I thought you were going to see him like show up, but he didn't. Yeah. They just kind of leave him, and he's like, yeah, I have my future task.
But when you think about it, that's the way she was at the beginning. He didn't change a damn thing in her. She changed his approach. He thought everything could be solved with making a limousine, making a mansion, making her wealthy. And she basically did what she's always done. And that is, she loves her neighbors, loves the kids. She's quirky. She's Carol Burnett. So her role is the same.
All right.
That's why I think it's a 4 in my book. From a Twilight Zone perspective.
Our second shots. Now, once again, you can blame me, and that's my fault.
No, that was fun.
I really dislike this episode, but the way that you retold it kind of made me rein in my dislike for it. I kind of liked your approach. I'm taking my shot now. Here's my second shot of Southbound Tequila. You're going to have to watch me gag this down. I don't gag as much if you really drink it fast. All right. So here's the thing that I wanted to bring up on this episode. There's a lot of trivia. I'm skimming the trivia on this one because there's a lot. First off, what's your rating?
I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Only because in the genre of Twilight Zone, this is a complete miss. This doesn't belong there. I'll tell you where this belongs. Where I said the previous episode was Mary Poppins. They ripped this off from Rod.
Yep.
This is Twilight Zone and Rod ripping off It's a Wonderful Life. This is exactly...
I had not thought about the It's a Wonderful Life comparison.
It's a Wonderful Life,
you're right.
About an archangel trying to earn his wings.
Yeah.
A guy that goes from nothing to wealth, doesn't like it, loves his family. I'm sorry, this just struck me as It's a Wonderful Life rerun. So these two movies to me...
These episodes,
they feel like movies.
They did.
But I'm referencing movies.
Hard to watch
Mary Poppins is the first one. It's a Wonderful Life is the second one. Neither of which have anything to do with the kind of emotion you want from a Twilight Zone episode. So they're so off
kilter.
course.
It doesn't seem right. Okay, so here's some
is
of the
that fair?
It's very fair. And my rating on this one is a 5. If I'm going to be like critical, it could be a 4, but I'm going to stick with my 5 so I don't have to make a second logo like this one. Okay. Here's some trivia on this episode because there is a lot, but I succinct it down to a few. Served as the pilot. Okay, I forget about this one. Your head is gonna spin on this one. I'm really glad that people love to shit on studio executives. Everyone hates executives. Sometimes they know, and here's why. This episode served as the pilot for a spin-off series about a well-intentioned but incompetent angel. But in the case of Mr. Beavis in 1960, the series was not ordered. They literally wanted to make a spin-off.
They tried it again.
Twilight Zone spin-off on this episode. There are so many amazing fucking episodes of this show, and this was the one that they thought was going to be spin-off worthy.
Shame on them for forgetting.
Insane.
What's the name of this whole show concept? The
Twilight Zone After Hours.
Well,
my bad.
but the
Sorry.
original show.
No,
yes,
I know.
that's right. This has nothing to do with that kind of netherworld, mysterious.
None of it at all.
Alien mystery kind of shit.
Let me add to that. By the second bit of trivia, this is one of the only episodes to add a laugh track. And the laugh track was removed when they re-released it and put it in syndication. Meaning, if you were watching this episode live on your TV with your family, there was a laugh track fictionally added to the thing. That's wild to me. They don't do that in this show.
No.
It adds to how weird this episode is. Rod Serling wrote this episode specifically for Carol Burnett, obviously because she's physically perfect for this.
This is Carol Burnett.
What's the signal for I'm sorry?
Which leads up to this one. This is voted as the, quote, most hated episode in Twilight Zone history. And it is sitting at a 5.9 IMDb rating. This is the first time in the series that Rod Serling says, submitted for your approval.
Submitted for your approval. The case of one Miss Agnes Grepp.
Which I thought you would enjoy. That's an interesting thing. And Rod Serling does not provide his usual plug for the following episode. That's interesting as well.
That is.
This one just ends because the next episode is the season 3 finale, which we will be recording later with Alex Zahura, actor, like I said earlier, from Final Destination Bloodlines and The Outer Limits. But the finale of this season has a very good score, and it's one of my all-time favorite episodes. My man, we will see you later.
Thank you.
We'll see you in another dimension. Bye, everybody.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where is this place and when is it? The answer is it doesn't make any difference.
Can you say eggs?
Stevens.